is my name. Let me ask, how was your weekend? Splendid, eventful, worth the while, I guess. This is the first official day of official working day of the week, and so let's make it count. Once again, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm all right, and you?
Very well. I'm okay. Yeah. Good to have you.
You're looking all groom-like this morning.
Groom-like?
Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
Grooms, on the wedding day, the groom.
Don't you think it would be better for you to express it directly?
Of course, I will, but I want to start with, you're looking all groom-like, and you're really looking good this morning.
Okay, that's
seems like
the last line does it for me. You don't have to do this.
No, but someone that is looking groom-like means the person is looking outstanding. That day is usually a special day, so people usually outdo themselves. Yeah, of course.
I'm standing this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You're not bad yourself. It should be a peach, right? Or a baby pink?
Peach.
Peach, right?
Yeah.
My color sense is not that bad.
Of course, it can't be bad when you have a wife. It can't be bad.
Oh,
You'll definitely be getting colors.
Let's get back to work. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Good morning, dearest viewers.
Right.
It is Monday, another week of February. So I am Uzom Sukichuku, and we are back here to give you everything packed up and be ready and wait. Sit back and enjoy the show, or stand or lie down, whatever you're doing, but just stay back and enjoy the show.
All right. So we'll take this quick break. When we return, the program will continue. Stay with us. All right, thank you for staying with us. And the next that is on the line is for us to take headlines from the major dailies. And of course, we are ready for that right now. Let me kickstart from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune for today has this very big, bold caption. Questions persist over PDP National Secretary. YBOT backed governors on Ayahu's removal. Questions persist over PDP National Secretary. YBOT backed governors on Ayahu's removal. And it's been a lot for the PDP recently, especially the question about and around who their national secretary is. It's quite a lot, but I'm sure at this point many Nigerians are bored already about this subject of national secretary.
The PDP
they rather
back and
say,
forth.
Excuse us, can you please?
It's something else, having them go back and forth. It feels like they're just playing with us because you already know what you're. Now is saying he's been attacked because he's friends with Wiki and. How is that supposed to come into a party? It means they are trying to scatter or divide the party. Because if they're bringing up factions, whatever kills a party is when groups, whatever kills a group is when there are groups in the group. So it's true. They're having different groups in the group. Yeah.
All right. But I'm sure many Nigerians are tired and they are bored already of that topic or who your national secretary is. I know you have been like on it for months.
Right.
Excuse us. We have better things to do with our time. And it speaks so much about that particular party.
Yeah.
Right. And 1 year after Tinubu, Macron, Obasanjo, Sanwo-Olu, others pay tribute to Herbert Wigwai, just like yesterday.
Oh,
it's 1 year already. And of course, you can see the picture there. You have Roosevelt Gbuna of Access Bank, Babajide Sanwo-Olu as governor of Lagos. You have Mia Mottley, that's the prime minister of Barbados, and a bosom covenant friend of the late Herbert Igwe. Talk about Aibuji Aige Mukode. He's the chairman of Access Holdings PLC now. His wife, Ofowe and Tochi Wigwe, Anna Wigwe, daughters of late Herbert Wigwe, and David Wigwe, the son, during the first year remembrance of late Herbert Wigwe. His wife, Doreen, and Cheesy Ride, son, held in Lagos. That sad incident that happened like a year ago. I claimed the lives of Herbert and Tochi.
And the wife.
And the wife, the father, the
mother, and the first son.
Exactly.
I literally cried like I knew them. It was very painful.
It was quite a time, actually, a dark moment, especially in the banking industry, in River State, and in the business world, especially as Nigeria is concerned. You can see, even 1 year after, the kind of people that are still remembering him. The Prime Minister of Barbados, was there, the governors, the president sent his tribute, the president of France, Macron, what a life. Though quite short, but impactful. That's the way it is. And so, how time flies. It's a year.
It's a year already.
Now, and but then it has not been a year without drama. Talking about the Wigways, there have been one drama after the other. The inheritance thing, how some of his siblings are, moving in a way that's quite funny, and all of those things. How court injunctions have to be sought, to handle things. But then, wealth comes with its own
it's expected,
challenges,
especially with the kind of.
We wish him all the best, but in death, we wish his legacy all the best, because he had plans, especially in education, and we hope those plans will materialize. And now, leadership, not title, but sacrifice, service to people. Fire me. Tinubu hails his sacrifice in stepping down at APC presidential primary. Event was held in the honor of former Ekiti State Governor, and people were there, actually, very eminent persons. Moving on, 2 drug peddlers excrete 125 wraps of heroin at Lagos Port Harcourt Airport. Interesting one there. And Binani won Adamawa 2023 Guba polls. Dismissed REC insists Adamawa government challenges him to provide evidence. Many persons remember during the 2023 general elections in which the REC went ahead to announce a result in Adamawa State, and announcing one of the contestants, Aisha Binani, that she is the person who won that particular vote. And I think it's all hell broke loose, because constitutionally, the REC of a state doesn't have the power to return an election. Only the return officer, who definitely cannot be the REC of that state, has that power. And that's why you see all the VCs from different schools are appointed as return officers. That's the person who has the power. But the REC took it upon himself, went ahead, ahead of schedule, because a time was given when they will convene and announce the result. The man went ahead before time and announced whatever I call result. And today, I think he ran away. I think was arrested, arraigned, and all of those things. But now he has maintained that yes, he's standing on what he knows. All right. And the state government is saying provide proof, because this is not just by what you wish or what you know. It's by evidence and proof. APC said to hold NEC meeting.
Okay.
Says opposition merely out to grab power for personal aggrandizement. Interesting here. One here. Some people will say, oh, maybe it took an El-Rufai.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
You people, before you realize
that you need to have that. Really?
Wait to see. Above that, a Navy intercept 16 boats loaded with 1,000 bags of rice in Badagry. Navy intercept 16 boats loaded with 1,000 bags of rice in Badagry. And court the firm's FCCPC's regulatory authority in telecom sector. Investors favor 364-day bonds, treasury bills, and top strip. NECA rejects new 4% customs levy once it will further impoverish Nigerians. Federal government steps into power outage crisis at UCH. What a stepper. After most...
This family leave this boy. What a stepper again.
After like 100 days of power outage, all of a sudden, the federal government is stepping in. Don't you see? That's quite a stepper there. And Power Minister, IBDC MD, visit hospital today. Patients not bringing generators to power words management. Tell it to the birds. That's what the questions we
Did you see the story of 14 U.S. citizens undergoing kidney transplant in Nigeria? And I'm like, how is that supposed to help us? How is that supposed to help our health sector?
You know why they will blow that kind of a trumpet? It is to show that, you know, according to what was said by a particular minister, that people are traveling from the US, UK to come and seek medical care in Nigeria. Ordinarily, that's the way it should be. We are not supposed to be small as a nation. We are supposed to, you know, raise our shoulders.
Be the giants.
If actually we are doing the right thing. So it's not really supposed. It's like the US announcing that they are having patients from Nigeria and UK and France. People will say, so.
Of course.
But then because of what is happening, people are trooping out en masse. Now, they are saying Americans, 14 or whatever figure, they are coming in. But then you, the handlers, the administrators of the country, when you need medical care, you go out. But you said Americans are coming in. Please show us. What's the connection?
The irony of it.
You are happy to say Americans are coming.
And you are going
when
out.
You need medical care, you go out of the same system in the name of private visit and all of those things.
And like you always say, when something is explained to you, I mean, it doesn't sit right anymore. We should feel it. We are the citizens. We should feel it. We should experience it. We should be the ones coming out to say, our health sector is going wide, and
those 14, those 14 Americans
might be those that were repatriated from their country.
What? Those 14 Americans in whatever way or form that are seeking medical care here, for the people that are saying this and going around with it, if it makes them sleep better in the night, is an endorsement for them that things are working in Nigeria. 14 individuals, just because of their citizenship, and it is a foreign country, and so 40 of them are having kidney transplant there. It shows to those people that things are working. If it makes you feel better and sleep better at night,
please sleep.
You know what they say? Bismillah.
Yeah, sleep.
That will be all from the Nigerian Tribune.
And from the Nigerian Tribune, we'll move straight to the Guardian this morning. We have 107 days of blackout. Okay. Patients, caregivers desert UCH words as health services decline, still on the health sector. And the same health sector where foreigners are coming in to seek medical care and all. And patients, caregivers are running away because of decline in health services. I mean, let me just keep quiet. Police heed court ruling to reabsorb retired officers. Police heed court ruling to reabsorb retired officers. Serap sues Tinubu AGF over alleged 167 billion naira fraud by contractors. Development, equity concerns fuel controversy over proposed states. Development, equity concerns fuel controversy over proposed states. And we have a picture there of also the one-year remembrance of late Herbert Wigwe and his wife and son. That's tragically lost last year. We wish the family all the best, especially the children, the young children there. Okay, we have NECA, WAM of NPA customs charges impact on businesses, Nigerians. Man NECA 1 of NPA, customs charges, impact on businesses, Nigerians. Snakes, monkeys, others must not swallow $1.7 billion health budget, Atiku warns. Snakes, monkeys, others must not swallow $1.7 billion health budget, Atiku warns. Okay, this is somehow funny because I remember, I think I was in secondary school, I had just left secondary school, and they said snake went into the jam office and swallowed how much million naira then. And it's, I mean, some persons will say, Atiku coming out to say this now, probably because, of course, the opposition would always not want to see anything good in the current administration. But some persons will say, we know our politicians. Once they get a soft landing now, they keep quiet. Other things will just keep flowing and flowing, you know. So, but on the other hand, snakes are monkeys, because we've heard of it before. Truly, we have. We wouldn't want to experience that again. Maybe this time around it might be an antelope or a chimpanzee or a gorilla. Well,
that's what Atiku is saying. But he's saying it like in a satire, in a satirical way, in a statistic way, it's sarcasm to say,
yeah, it is.
I beg you. Nothing must happen to this money
at all. Like, please. Right. Okay. So we have FBN Holdings, First Bank of Nigeria Holdings, emerges best performing Tier 1 bank with 17.65% YTD gains. Oh, okay. That's a good one. Congratulations, First Bank. Congratulations. And that will be all on The Guardian this morning. And from The Guardian, we'll move straight to the Daily Trust. We have manufacturers, others decry new 4% levy on imports. Manufacturers, others decry new 4% levy on imports. Wow, I can actually feel their pain. It's just like we can't have enough. We can't just take a cup of water and keep it, like take it down fully and then know that you're okay. Something must just disrupt the water as you're moving. Something must disrupt it. So it's quite painful. We have different things. And did you hear the Minister of Works yesterday saying that the tolls would soon move to other states? Like I said, I talked about this last week. I said, it's not just going to be in Abuja now. Once it starts, it's something we cannot end.
Well, I guess you are being mindful about the use of words. When you say, oh, you can't drink water, say it the way they say it in Nigeria. You can't drink water and drop cup.
And drop cup.
The way you say it in Nigeria, because your verbal English expression trying to
it's not cutting it.
You know, it's not cutting it. Say the way you say they don't allow me drink water, drop cup. These are some of the issues as well. But then we are here.
Yeah, we're here, but when are we going to have a break? That's just it. That's what Nigerians are thinking. This is what we discussed last week too. How far can Nigerians actually take this? We have the tariff hike, we have PMS, we have telcos. Now we're about to be told, like, we'll still start paying. Maybe we'll still start paying for our legs too, you know? When you walk down from the station to wherever you're going to, it's crazy. Yeah. It's really crazy. We have vehicles, properties burned as gas station explodes in Niger. Now again. Vehicles, properties burned as gas station explodes in Niger. You can see
again.
And
you can see the wreckage.
Yeah, you can see the wreckage there. It's what's happening in Niger State.
Right.
I mean,
it's been a lot.
Yeah, it's been a lot. The people there might even start feeling very unsafe if they are already not feeling that way.
Obviously.
We have 2 drug lords excrete 125 heroin wraps at Lagos, Port Harcourt airports. We can never have enough of this. That's just the truth. We keep getting it. And people don't learn from others. You know that thing, they usually say, you don't learn from, try not to learn from yourself, learn from others. Because sometimes trying to learn from yourself, you might not be able to tell the story. If it's something that is very fatal, you might not be alive to tell the story. But it's better when you learn from the stories of others. You've seen people are always being apprehended over such, yet you keep putting your head, pushing in for it. And sometimes you say, nah, look, me I go do, I'm a go. Well, you might be lucky, but whatever is bad is bad. Please stay away from it. Naira strengthens by 45 naira against dollar. Okay. Naira strengthens by 45 naira against dollar. Nigeria. Real estate sector to hit 2 trillion in 2025. Real estate sector to hit 2 trillion in 2025. Federal government. The top strip there we have, you can't relocate Palestinians to Saudi land. Arab nations tell Netanyahu. Okay. You can't relocate Palestinians to Saudi land. Arab nations tell Netanyahu. Cashless payment. Commuters protest delay at Kefi Akwanga Road toll gate. Okay. Cashless payment. Commuters protest delay at Kefi Akwanga Road toll gate. Oh, so the toll must be online or electronic. You can't do cash. That's what I'm trying to understand here. And you know the kind of network we have in Nigeria. Sometimes you might do it and it won't work out. Even with the ATM, they tell you decline. And that's what the commuters are talking about. They are complaining now, delay.
I'm not sure they won't give it a go to review that particular thing again.
They should.
That means if you're on the road and you're on a queue, definitely it will be a multi-road kind of toll. Yeah. But on your particular lane, you're trying to pay by your card, it's not working. Definitely at that point, you can't be doing transfer because it can't work. The time will not be there. So if it's not working for you, so what do? You remain on the queue or they park you one side, because I don't understand how that will pay, or you are just there trying it out and the queue will be building. Actually, I think they should think it through, because my issue is ordinarily you should not even worry about this kind of a thing. You think they have a way of handling things. Yeah, sure. Either you can pay in advance, either you have a card, either it's ATM card or something that carries a chip or something like that. You can even pay for like a week, have your ticket with you. But the issue is some of our policymakers don't think things through. They don't. They just think something is good. Let's just do it. And then it hitches a hiccup, and then everybody's running scatter, and then the problem is all over the place. And then
the citizens
sometimes somebody will say,
suffering.
Just cancel it, just remove it. And that is what we usually do. And it's bereft. It's not consistent with logic when you just churn out things for churning it out sake, and then that's all. And then you just don't know what to do. If people are going to be paying electronically, is it that they will come to you to get a particular tag, that a wallet that they will have funded, or there is a chip that they will just place on something and that will recognize it, or you have to pay by your regular commercial bank ATM? These are some of the issues, because time is of essence.
Of course.
Actually, and we hope that will not be turned. That was a reason why it was abolished in the first place. Yeah. It will not become a cesspool of corruption again, where some persons are doing whatever that they want with it. But then we wait to see. So that we don't sound unpatriotic on this matter.
Right. Now, on the last story this morning, on the Daily Trust, we have how I lost 6 family members to kidney disease. Yobe LG chairman. Wow. How I lost 6 family members to kidney disease. Yobe LG chairman. That's a sad one indeed. Kidney. That'll be all on the Daily Trust this morning.
All right, we move to The Punch. The Punch for today. 70,000 naira minimum wage. State salaries rise by 90% to 3.8 trillion naira. State salaries rise by 90% to 3.8 trillion naira. And 27 states depend on federal allocation to pay salaries. Plan 6.259 trillion naira IGR. 27 states depend on federal allocation to pay salaries. Plan 6.259 trillion naira IGR. 27 out of 36.
Yeah.
That means without FAC, those states will be insolvent.
Yeah.
That means they'll be broke. Let's say it as it is. They won't be able to pay the salaries. It means whatever IGR they are making is not enough
for them
to run their affairs of such states. Now you still see some of these states wanting to have an airport. These are some of the issues. Your IGR cannot even handle your business.
Right.
You are gunning to have an airport in which definitely you will borrow. And you know the way they explain it, they will tell you over time, that investment will pay back. Off. And we have some airports that they have not really seen a commercial flight in 2 years, in a long time. I think one was celebrated in Ekiti State last weekend. After almost 2 years, okay, there was a plane flew at the place, and then maybe last week, one particular commercial airline flew on the airport, and people were celebrating, taking pictures that, oh, this particular thing, and you're wondering, what is the adrenaline rush for governors at the end of affairs wanting to have an airport in a state that without allocation, you can't handle survive. Your business? Is it logical? And that state wants to have an airport for the people to come and do what? They will tell you it's to attract the business, to all of these things. And you will see those states with terrible roads. Why can't you fix the roads? Take it one after the other.
Of course.
And then you go for an airport, which is a multi-billion dollars kind of venture. You want to do it as a PPP, public-private partnership, in which you have a company come and run this thing, then you provide assets, possibly in terms of land and all of those things. Sometimes they start with that plan, they will not be able to go ahead and complete it, and everything is just there. And when you see some of these prospective companies come because they put one or two things on ground, then they sue you for breach of contract. That's what happened with P&ID at that time, that they took Nigeria. It took the intervention. And in fact, I think it was a divine intervention that saved Nigerians from having some of its global assets seized by this company because of breach.
Some of these state governors feel like having an airport is an endorsement that your state is actually thriving. It's just
and
like
that they are working.
Yeah, it's just like what you're seeing about the health sector, telling us foreigners are coming in to seek medical care and everything. So having an airport to them, they feel like it's an endorsement. It means that something, the state is growing. The state is there. Exactly.
And again, still on states that cannot pay salaries, this is some of them having more than 1,000 aides. The state governor having SSAs, even SSAs on SSA matters.
Right.
Many of them are there, and without allocation, you can't handle your business. Someone will say many of them, irrespective of the political parties, are intellectually lazy. You know why? Every state has what it takes to prosper.
Of course.
Without going cap in hand to Abuja every month. But then, we wish them all the best. Again, state salaries rise by 90% to 3.8 trillion naira. And the rider is what is very, very discomforting this morning. 27 states depend on federal allocation to pay salaries. Plan 6.25 trillion naira IGR. Away from that, freed Thai nationals held captive in Gaza return home. Freed Thai nationals held captive in Gaza return home. And you can see the people from that place anxious, excited about the freed national. One of the inserts, you can see the emotional moments. In fact, two of the inserts show the emotional moment of reuniting with a loved one after months of being captured, after more than a year, actually.
Being held
captive. This is the issue because it happened October 7, 2023.
Yeah, forgot when it happened.
Already. So more than a year already. And that is it's a lot. But then it seems the ceasefire arrangement is working.
Yeah.
Let people be reunited. You know, there were 2 individuals that were released earlier in the week. You could see them. They were a sorry state to behold. They were in a sorry state. In fact, they themselves, they are the people who say this is a sorry state. Emaciated, terribly looking, and you know, it's a lot. Nobody wants war. It's actually a terrible, terrible thing. All right, yes. Bottom strip. Rivers community deserted as cultists kill 19 residents.
Okay.
Rivers community deserted as cultists kill 19 residents. And drug couriers excrete 125 heroin wraps at Lagos Port Harcourt airports. You can see the suspect there holding the mugshot. And Kwankwanso win Aregbesola to get Southwest vote. Kwankwansia chieftain. That's the NNPP. I remember we had the state chairman of the NNPP with us who hinted at that and say, Femi, you know what? Many meetings are being held. You know, and I think it's showing right now that yes, the NNPP are waving the join us flag at Aregbesola. So one is not sure, is it just the NNPP party affair or the coalition merger affair as well? But a Kwakwansia chieftain, Kwakwansias are a movement, you know, that support fiercely former Kano State Governor. They have their own ideology, Rabbi Musa Kwakwanso. So Kwakwansia. So one of their chieftains saying they are winning Aregbesola already. So, you know, what they say about somebody's miss is another person's gain.
Yeah.
Maybe if that will work out is another thing. And here, top strip, no leader can be effective without stepping on toes of Obasanjo.
Okay.
No leader can be effective without stepping on toes. That is from former President Olusegun Obasanjo. And another one says, why we won't appear before Ikimi panel. Autumn others. Why we won't appear before Ikimi panels. I think that has to do with the PDP because there has been some, you know, move. But then let them handle their business. Samuel Autumn was the governor of Benue State. You could see the man has kind of disappeared, you know, under the radar for some time. He has been albeit quiet, actually, not as vocal. In fact, almost all the G5, you know, apart from Wike and Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State, the rest of them, the Ikwazu, I think Mr. Ugwanye also, and, you know, the 5, and Samuel Autumn. But then it speaks about the transient nature of power.
Of course.
These were state chief executive at some point in which almost every day, every week, you get to hear from them.
You get to see them
especially Samuel Autumn, everybody is under the radar. The one that some of them might be busy with EFCC case. Some of them are busy with some investigations. Some of them just want to take their time. Many governors, especially the immediate past governors of some states, you find your core of Delta State, many of them have been very, very silent. You know, one would say that's the way it's supposed to be. Go back to your former business, if actually you have former businesses.
But
and not just want to be perpetually relevant. And that's why some of them will take up the ticket of being in Senate. In Senate, rather. They just want to be there.
Some persons
in the service of people.
They just want to remain in power. You've held onto power. You don't want to let it go. You don't want others. And they say, oh, we have future leaders of tomorrow. I think
well, they have told the future leaders power is not given. And I think it might be blunt, it might be harsh. That's the truth.
But that's
power is not given.
Actually.
You have to gun for it, but in a very heavily competitive manner. That's the way. Power is not served a la carte that, oh, come and take. No, it doesn't work that way anywhere. From the, you know what happened in the US, it was a battle to finish, but then let everything be done within the context provided by the laws of the land. That is justice. So for the leaders of tomorrow, they must take their future. We must take our future in our hands. And so the kind of energy you see on social media, although it's not exactly the same context, but then if that same energy will be put into things that are really matter. Again, talking about democracy, talking about running for office, talking about participating in elections and gunning for office, maybe things might be better. Have you seen the kind of energy people display on TikTok?
Yeah,
the kind of creativity. Somebody will want to put a content of 2 minutes and he can wear 45 clothes because he has a narrative to display.
Yeah, sure.
And some of those things might take up to 1 day, 2 days before they arrive at that just 1 minute clip. I'm saying the course is not that clear. I understand. There are challenges, on the way, money, funding, violence, and all of those things. But if everybody will always move back to say, I don't want to come and die, what we will continue to do is to keep complaining the way we're always complaining. Yeah.
Another thing is, are these people willing to even help? Because, it's just
people?
like the leaders now, or the older ones.
Yeah.
It's just like a father and a son. The father has a company and he wants to remain there till he dies. And he's not trying to bring his child, whether male or female, into the business to be aware. Now, how many young ones are these leaders or are these political heads or these older ones actually trying to encourage? I mean, when Obasanjo first led the country, he was 29. He was just 29 going to 30. So he was quite young. So how many of them, they should give that room?
Although one will say time has changed. Actually, time has changed. I'm not just Obasanjo. And I think it should be in the early 30s or there, but I'm not too sure. But we have many of them.
Yeah.
In fact, all the Awolowas of this world, Murtala Mohammed of this world, Shehu Shagari of this world, every one of them came,
of course, when they were
in their very
young.
early years. These are some of the issues. In fact, we had the president who became head of state, as a military head of state, as a bachelor, actually. Yakubu Gowon was a bachelor when he became the head of state. He got married as the head of state. So it's as easy as that. But then, apart from the fact that those elderly ones gave them chance, obviously they themselves, they were willing. They were willing, open up to take power. The thing is, and they went for it. Although that was on a military level. We had some of them too who went the democratic way, the Obafemi Awolowas of this world, the Nnamdi Azikiwe of this world. They grouped themselves and they walked, the path. The thing is, the younger generations, are we really genuinely interested? Not just that you want to get into office to go and write banks, right? Because of what you are seeing with the older ones.
Yeah, I get that.
That's a motive.
That's another
the
idea,
real business of taking it. Now, there was a push with a particular movement. I don't want to mention their name during the last election. White fears, we are taking back our country and all of those things. It has not worked for them the first time. Are you willing to give it a go again? And not just that particular movement. We should have different movements of interested young people who want to really be involved in governance. Not the ones that they'll give 5K to go and cut somebody, to go and destroy posters.
Yeah.
To go and, one will say the older ones will weaponize poverty. Granted, but then we have a lot. But then we must be genuinely interested.
Yeah,
it won't come that way.
And the same way, if these are parties, all these major parties can say, okay, let's give this youth, let's say, come up, let's bring about 5 or 10 persons.
That's the issue. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way, but they should try.
A la carte. That's just the thing.
It's not.
And then there's not too young to run legislation. You are not too young to run for office. As you are, you can go to be the president. Let everybody be organized.
Is it even possible when you have a bigger power, a bigger personality, vying for the same position with you? The person has the power, the person has the money, influence, and all the rest. And as a young person, you're just trying to get there.
That's why possibly the young people should move as a pack, not as individual right now. We have a lot that we can do. The NSAS was a sample that if the youth are together and they can fight for a just common cause, we can achieve a lot. And so before the hoodlums came, the hoodlums that still came were still young people. These are some of the issues. Not elderly people came with guns and caught. Apart from the army part of the conversation, we have hoodlums who descended on people. Of course,
the hoodlums are always the young ones.
So these are some of the issues we should do better. We'll take this quick break. When we return, the program will continue. It's Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. Please stay with us.